watching, sir?
Yeah, so like I was saying though, I've been watching a little bit of. For some reason, I've been watching some YouTube stuff. Like I've been watching Beavis and Butthead review music videos back in the day, and I don't know why, because I used to watch that back in the day and always found it pretty freaking funny. So, and not only that, but it actually, I realized that really influenced a lot of the music I listened to from that era, and a lot of stuff. It influenced a lot of music. So I think that's why I was watching that stuff, because I realized, oh crap, this is the reason why I like a lot of my music I like, because of that. So for some reason I was watching that, and also I have a pick, actually, a movie that that I didn't watch, but I think I want to recommend, because I like giving out movies that are very obscure and cult classics, I guess you can say. Love in a 45. If you haven't watched it, it's a movie that came out, I think I want to say 93, 94-ish. Okay. Kind of very National Born Killers kind of type of movie. It's actually with Renee Zellweger, one of her first roles.
Interesting.
And, but it's pretty good, dude. Pretty good movie. Pretty good indie movie. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend it.
Huh. I'll probably give it a look-see. What did I watch? Oh, besides Beverly Hills Cop and what's the other one? WandaVision. I went and saw The Marksman, which I mean, it's a story that we've kind of seen before. It's about like a retired army guy who lives on the border of between U.S. and Mexico, and then a mother and her child wanted to come over to U.S. because they were escaping their Mexican cartel, and things happen to the point where Liam Neeson sees them and is like, "Oh, okay," and whatnot. But then something happens. I'm not trying to spoil it, but I kind of am spoiling it. He has to then take the child to Chicago, because the fact that he's trying to run away from the Mexican cartel, because he was also involved in it as well somehow. I'm not going to say how, but he was involved in it somehow. So he's running away from them, and also, well, somehow the Mexican cartel got over the border and was chasing them through this whole entire movie. Interesting, pretty cool to see how Liam Neeson kind of try to protect the child and whatnot. But it's kind of a story we've seen before. It's supposed to be Liam Neeson's last action movie, which I don't buy, because it was supposed to be his last action movie like 2-3 movies ago, and so I
does a great job with it, though.
He does a great job with it, and it's just like at the same point I'm just like, dude, you say this is gonna be your last one, but is it really gonna be your last one? Because I've heard
if he gets a movie role, no, it's not gonna be his last one. And if he can still do it somewhat, hell no, it's not gonna be his last one.
The only thing he really had to do in this one was like shoot. There was like a little fight scene at the end, but nothing too crazy. And that was pretty much it. It was
as long as he has a gun, dude, that's all he needs to do, right? Just point and shoot and all that. And that's all he needs to do for his action stuff. But I always feel Liam Neeson does a great job with his voice and his presence. He just looks like a tough guy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Just his presence on all looks like a tough guy. So to me, like, if you can still do that role, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sounds pretty good. I always enjoy a good Liam Neeson action movie. So
I really like The Gray. Do you remember that movie? Did you see that one?
Great movie. Love that movie. And you know what, though? That's a good recommendation, actually. If anybody has not seen The Gray, go watch it. Yeah, even though I was cheering for the Wolves. I should cheer for the Wolves over them. No, great movie, though. This airplane crash over there, like a bunch of Oilers, right? They crash over there in Alaska. Yeah. And they're trying to survive in the wild. Like, this pack of wolves are eating them like one by one.
Yep.
Great movie, dude.
Hunting them down one by one. Yeah. And then it ends with like a cliffhanger, and you don't know exactly what happened.
Oh yeah, dude, that was like the most badass cliffhanger. Like Liam Neeson is gonna fight a freaking wolf.
Yeah.
That's one of the most badass cliffhangers.
And then you freaking ends, and you're just like, wait, what just happened? Like, did he survive? Did he win? They're like, but it's kind of one of those Inception endings. You just like
supposedly. I heard supposedly he did win. He did kill the wolf. Supposedly, that's what I heard. But that's like I think they said something like that. But should you see my pic of you guys at POS? It's great. I don't know if you should.
I don't know.
Probably look all goofy and all that.
Probably. All right, sir. What have you been playing though?
Not as well. I'm sorry. Nothing. I haven't played anything. It's been a busy week. I actually, after last week,
Yeah.
I worked every other day until today. So
Holy
it's
crap.
like, I was working every other day and all that. So it's kind of really didn't have time to do a lot. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I started playing Hitman 3.
Nice.
Pretty cool, pretty interesting. The first mission, like each mission I've played so far, it seems like it's something like they taken idea from like a movie or something else and implanted into it. I'll text it to Pete.
You should. I'll post it.
But the first mission was like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, like when Tom Cruise jumps out of a plane and lands on on the building kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much you started in Hitman, you jump off the plane and you land on the building in Dubai, and you infiltrate your way in, and it's supposed to be this grand opening for the building and whatnot, and you're supposed to assassinate a couple people in there, and it's very like James Bond-esque, like very Mission Impossible, like secret agent kind of stuff. Very cool. The second mission is there is a murder at a mansion, and all the family are there, and they're trying to figure out who killed, what happened to this person. You kind of see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going with this?
Oh, he did it?
No. What reference do you think I'm making with this? With me saying like a big house,
Oh,
all the
Knives
family is
Out.
there. Knives Out. Yes,
Knives Out.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
You can disguise yourself as a detective and try to solve the murder while also trying to find a way to kill the person you need to kill.
okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty interesting. And then the next one is you have to go to a club, like a big giant club. Like there's multiple levels and whatnot. There's security guard everywhere, but there is actually rogue agents hunting you down. So while you're in the club, like blending in with everyone, you see all these people around you, like you don't know who's actually really after you or not. So that reminded me of John Wick in a way.
Cool.
So the game is very cool, very interesting. Each mission has their own way of doing things. You can do it in your own kind of way. Like I said, the second mission that I did, pretty much, I tried to solve it as a detective. I solved who killed the person, and then I ended up killing the person I needed to kill, and then leaving. The third mission, I ended up actually just walking around like I was John Wick and just detecting everyone out, seeing who everyone was, and then once I figured out who everyone was, I ended up taking every single one of them out silently. The first mission was kind of very sloppy, not gonna lie. I ended up changing the outfits like 3 or 4 times to try to get to places, and then I ended up doing something very sloppy, and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot you in front of everybody. I don't care, and just try to escape that way because I was just getting kind of lazy because it was like my first time actually really getting into a Hitman game like this.
Yeah.
So the second and third missions I took more tactfully, but the first one I was just like, oh, let me just run and gun and let me just shoot you real quick and just try to escape.
It's all about stealth, right? It's all about stealth.
Yes, all about stealth. But with this game, they've already made back their development cost for this game in 1 week.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
And if you guys were ever to play this game or to see this game being played, the settings and the aesthetic of everything, you will notice how James Bond-ish this feels, and it feels right that they are doing a James Bond game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you so you're pretty happy with the game?
Oh, 100%. There's only 6 missions in the game, which is it sucks, but like the replay value is great for it. So I'm not knocking it for that. I'm just going to take my time on doing missions because I haven't done another mission in the past like couple of days. So I'm just taking my time with it.
Yeah, dude, like it's cool to see Hitman back though. You know what I'm saying? The game that literally came out like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's talked me into it, Chris. I'm an Ant-Man fan. Stopped halfway through it. So there you go, man. Mark's be buying that game, but I think it's cool that they bring the franchise back like this, and now it's doing really well. It goes to show that regardless how old the franchise is, you can bring it back and make it awesome, and there'll be people who buy it. So that's cool, dude.
It's very cool. It's very interesting how they did things. Definitely go check it out if you haven't played it. You can buy the first one. I think pretty cheap now, $20. But the thing with the third one is, you can buy the third one, and then if you have the first or second one, you can actually import those missions into the third game.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have Hitman 1 and 2 anymore. You can just be like, oh, I can go ahead and just pop in 3 and I can play all the missions however I want. And like, since all the tools you get in the third one are not exactly in 1 and 2, you can actually use those tools from Hitman 3 in those Hitman 1 and 2 missions.
Okay, cool.
It's all
very
pretty
cool.
But that is all I have for this evening. Do you have anything else, sir?
No, pretty much. Like that's pretty much it. I thought we did pretty well considering that Ant wasn't here this week. For us, we almost did 2 hours, so that's pretty impressive, man. That we had enough information and stuff to talk about and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure Ant will be here next week with us, and we have other stuff to talk about. And it's cool the fact that we're getting now material to talk about, because we for the longest time we didn't have nothing to talk about. So.
Yeah, it was kind of dry for the past couple of weeks, but now we're getting some stuff. It's always good. But until then, I'll see you guys next week. Be sure to watch The Little Things coming to HBO Max on Friday. Be sure to watch WandaVision episode 4 coming to Disney Plus on Friday. Till then, I'm King Black Cherry.
Eat up.
Catch you next week.